in church. So there's no sense of just coming to church just to come to church. You're still sitting there. The idea of God calling you out is so that you could do what He's planned and purposed. And really, to say it real succinctly, what He's prophesied over your life to do. But here's the thing. God told Abram to get out from among them. Get out from among them. And some of y'all tighten your belts because I'm about to go somewhere. Get out from among them. The thing about it is that somehow or another that God had prophesied and spoken a purpose in Abram's life, but somehow Lot managed to tag along. He managed to tag along. This is Abram's journey. This is not Lot's journey. But Lot managed to tag along. Now some of you say, well, so what? What's the big deal about Lot tagging along? Well, what you find out is that because Lot tagged along, what ended up happening is that Lot's people and Abram's people started a little bit confusion. Because they started to grow to the capacity where the land couldn't support them both. The land couldn't support them both. And quite honestly, some of y'all got folk, oh Lord have mercy, in your house that the land can't support you both. It can't support you both. You got people in your life that the land can't support you both. And that's the reason you got frustration coming up in the house. You need to be able to understand that God did not call you to do this. He called me to do this. I don't know why you're here. Hold on, let me think a little bit. You saw God's call on my life. You see God blessing me. I know why you're here. You're here because you see how God's blessing me and you kind of want to come along for the ride. You want to get on my coattail and figure out, hey, I want to be blessed too. I want to get in good with you to make sure that I get the residual of whatever God is pouring out. But that's not the plan and the purpose for you, because here's what you find yourself doing. You find yourself peeling off a little bit just to help them. See, but that's not what God said. Hold on, you are my resource, not theirs. You are my resource, not theirs. I've called you and purposed you for such a time as this. I needed you for this thing. And what you do, you find yourself worried to the point where your hair's falling out. Whether or not something's going to work out for them, work out for your family member, work out for your friend. But that's not what God wants you to do. God doesn't want you frustrated and worrying over those things. This is a new year. He wants you focused on the plan and the purpose He has for you. He wants you to remember. Because if you really take Luke, you see that He continues to come to Abram. He continues to come to Abram and He reminds him what his call is. He reminds him, He said, listen, Abram, I've called you out among all people. Anybody here God's called out? Okay, when anybody here God's called out? I called you out among all people, and because I called you out, I've expressed purpose for you. But who is this Lot? And why is he here? You say, Mike, how can you come to that conclusion? I come to that conclusion, I'll tell you exactly why. Because obviously what happens is that at some point in time, while they were arguing over the well, Abram shows up and he says, I tell you what, Lot, how about this? Let's put peace in my house. Let's put peace in my house. And sometimes I remember, I used to say it in the old days, and it's probably going to be a resounding thing. One of the things that we need to do sometimes to put peace in our house, we need to put our foot down. We need to put our foot down. You need to put your foot down, because at some point in time you're saying this got to stop right here. This has got to end right here. This right here ain't profiting me at all. This relationship is, it's cantankerous, and as a matter of fact, it's draining me. I need to figure out exactly, this is not the plan that God has for my life, because I can feel the life force coming out of me. I need you to understand that God is, that's when He puts His foot down. But He puts His foot down graciously. He puts His foot down graciously. So what do you mean He puts it down graciously? He says, I tell you what, Lot, you get to choose. You get to choose which land you want. I'm about to turn a corner real quick. You get to choose which land you want. Now this is how you know if somebody means you're good or not. Because when you get to choose, you give them the opportunity to choose which land they want. They choose the best for themselves. You provide for them and they decide to choose the best for themselves. They want to leave you out. Say, you know what, I'm going to go right over there. I'm going to go right over there because it looks so good. It looks so nice. It looks so clean. Now, hold on. Let me back up. So I've been providing this. I've been providing that. I've been doing this. Somehow or another, it seems to me that you are ungrateful. You are ungrateful. You are ungrateful. Now, I know some of y'all, it's hard to swallow, but how many of you know I'm telling the truth? You are ungrateful. Now, here's the thing. There's things go well. I've been doing it. It seemed to me that maybe you ought to think about it. But again, Lot was what? Lot was gracious. He was gracious. And here's how I know how good God is. Because even in Lot being gracious, even in Abram being gracious, what God did, he continued to bless Abram anyway. Anyway, even in the space where you feel like, oh, let me break it down a little bit more. Even when the person is taken from you, that what you thought was most valuable, God will use what you have left. God will use what you have left and bless it abundantly. God ain't going to sit there and let you suffer. God ain't going to sit there and say, no. I done called you out for such a time as this. My purpose and my plan will not be thwarted. Those things that I called you to do, I don't care who you allow to be with you. I don't care. I've got a purpose. I've got a plan. And I've got to get it done. I'm going to do it through you in spite of it all. As a matter of fact, let's use Gideon for a quick example. Y'all remember he had an army, he had a whole bunch of people, right? Had a whole bunch of people say, no. He said, whittle it down. And finally he got to 300. What does that show? It shows that God will do great things even with little things. Because here's a problem, even in your own heart. Many of you think you're too little for God to use you. You've been through so much, you don't think that God really wants to use you like he really wants to use you. You've already counted yourself off. You've already found everything that's wrong with you. Matter of fact, you know what? You look at yourself in the mirror and you just count who you are. But the thing about it is when God made Adam, he made him in what? His image. So when God looks at you, he ain't looking at your outward image. He's calling to the image he sees inside of you. He's calling to that which is him, what he sees inside of you. He's calling that part of you. He's staring that part. So let me show you something real quick. Let me show you. Oh, you keep the camera. It's right there. I forgot all about this here. I want you to understand this right here. I got a case of Pepsis right here, right? I got a case of Pepsis right here. And here's the whole point, if you will, of God calling you out. God calls you out because, y'all know what's happening, right? You don't know what's happening because sometimes you wonder what's going on in your life. God wants to shake you up. The things that are happening in your life, they're shaking you up for a purpose. They're shaking you up for a plan. He's shaking you up because he knows that y'all know what happens if I do that, right? Y'all know what happens. See, because here's what happens if I open this up with it just goes all over the place. That's why he calls you out, because he wants to shake you up. You can't get back in here. You can't get back in the place where you came from. You can't get back in there because if God ever opens you up amongst the people that you were with, you'll explode all over them. They don't know what to do with you. They don't want to handle the words that come out of your mouth. That's why he called you out. He called you out to be separate. He needed you to be different from everything you ever came out from. Hold on, here's the deal. You know what they look like, and y'all all might look the same, You might even look the same, but here's the deal. Come on, brother, choose one. Choose one. Come on, choose one. Come on, Ella, choose one. Choose one. Just choose one. Just take your pick, all right? You picked it. You sure you want to open that one up? You sure you want? You don't know, do you? You don't know. Okay, so put it back. Choose another one. Choose another. Maybe it's another one that you can pick up. You want to open that one up? Okay, put that back on. Sit down. So here's the understanding is this. You don't know which one God is choosing, You don't know. You don't know how God wants to use you. You might all look the same, but let me tell you something. I know which one. Let's just say I'm God. I know which one. You know how I know which one? Because I put a mark on you. I put a mark on you. I put a mark on you because I want